So I've done a lot of thinking lately about the career that I recently chose roughly 7 months ago and how it may be at odds with my personality. I'm an introvert, and as an introvert, what charges me up is not large crowds and being the center of attention. What charges me up is usually quiet, waking up early, a nice cup of coffee, going outside, listening to the birds chirp, looking at a garden that we just started, filling up a bird bath I have outside. That just, it makes me relaxed. It gets my head right. But then that quickly changes and I need to perform. And when I mean perform, I mean I am meeting complete strangers. I'm posting content on Instagram or Facebook and now YouTube, working in open house, networking events, playing golf with people I don't know. And what I found is maybe being an introvert actually is somewhat of an advantage. I'll try and explain that. Hey, thanks for visiting the channel. My name is Chris Koelliker. I'm 55 years old. I live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and been down here roughly 4 years from upstate New York. And 8 months ago, I recently left a corporate management job and decided to get into a career in real estate as a real estate agent, and it's been quite a ride so far. I already knew going in that connection with people is going to be probably the metric that's going to decide if I'm going to be good at this. Even though it's definitely exhausting being around large crowds, I've kind of found that on a one-on-one basis, that's kind of where I'm my best. I'll give you a little story behind that. The challenge that I've faced in this career is basically building a network of people, being that I've only lived in North Carolina for 4 years. 3 of those years were in Greensboro and 1 year here in Chapel Hill. I just didn't have the contacts. I've been pretty lucky that my girlfriend, who's had a business locally here for 20 years, has a vast network of people, and over the last year or even longer, found ourselves going to dinner a lot and kind of meeting these people. And recently we built a house and we had an open house and 150 people showed up. It's been really nice, and I leveraged that, and I sent a lot of postcards once a month, things that we do as salespeople. The funny thing happened here is that as I continue to kind of see these people out in social events, there was one of these people that I had sent a mailer to. Next thing you know, I'm just having this one-on-one conversation with, really at this point, kind of a stranger. We had never met before, but we had kind of like a common ground. And even though I am an introvert, this one-on-one conversation, it felt like connection. And when I feel like there's some kind of connection, it actually does feel real good, and it doesn't feel stressful. It doesn't feel like I need to be on or fake. And the funny thing about being an introvert is sometimes the less that you say is better. Yeah, so, if I find myself out in large crowds somewhere, it really isn't a big deal. I just try to find a few people that I know and less of the talking and more of the listening. And it usually winds up being a good night. Will I be exhausted when I get home? Absolutely. But once I get home, I'm in my happy place and start up again. Drop a comment if you feel the same, or if you had any other opinions on that. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.